Right, here I am in the Firefall beta, and I'm with Robnroll, and
Hello!
nice little entrance there. Yeah, we're just playing some PvP. I'm playing a medic, and Rob's playing a Dreadnought at the moment. So, what are your opinion? Well, what's your opinion? Not what are your, but what's your opinion of the Firefall beta so far?
Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, we're waiting for more PvE stuff, to fill out the content more, but the stuff that they've got in the game is really enjoyable, and playing the game on Ultra, having great graphics, I
Hey,
can't complain.
stop having a dig there, just because my computer's from the Stone Age. And yeah, I have to put coal in my computer to keep it going.
Oh, don't worry, I have to crank my internet to keep it that going.
Yeah, we all know you have shite internet. This oh, there's an assault near me and a medic, and I'm gonna get fucked. I mean, I'm gonna get killed.
Yep, let's keep it family friendly.
But yeah, yeah, family. You just got me confused with what I'm trying to talk about now. Thanks. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the Firefall beta too. I've had it for like 2 weeks now since I came back off holiday, and yeah, I'm loving everything about it. The only thing I'm not enjoying that much at the moment is the resource grinding, which is basically just keep thumping, and a bit more thumping. That's basically what it's like, but we don't have much PvE content. It's only early beta, and we all understand why, but we just have to test everything to death.
That's what we are the guinea pigs. But no, I'm really enjoying what we've got so far, and you don't want them to rush it out, you don't want to get content that doesn't work or only half works.
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
so.
I totally agree with the fact that it's taking a while to put content out. There's a post by Phobos saying that they are only. Well, there was a big debate about saying that Red 5 only care about the PvP, but Phobos answered back with that it's not just the PvP, it is the general fighting, because end of the day it is a shooter, and all they're trying to do is balance the shooting. So
yeah. Speaking of Phobos, we did just play a match with him and we completely dominated him.
Hey, don't be saying stuff, because we're going to get banned. From what we've heard, that Grum's got banned. So if the CEO of a company gets banned, then we've got no chance.
Yeah. So this could be our first and last cooperative video.
But yeah, he was just answering back saying that they've got a lot more concerns on what kind of content they're posting out. It's just more balance, and a lot of balance in PvP needs doing, but it's the same as everyone goes, oh yeah, you can't juggle PvE and PvP around and keep it all balanced, but they need to balance each thing anyway, because some classes might be more powerful in PvE than in PvP compared to others in a PvP versus PvP perspective, and just one or the other, because if there's a class superior in PvP, everyone's going to go it. If there's a class superior in PvE, everyone's going to go it.
Yeah.
So
oh,
go on.
I was just going to say, the classes are fairly balanced now. You've got a medic, which is more of a support class, than your pushing class, which would be your Dreadnought and your Assault. I'm having my behind kicked in this game.
You're not the only one, pal. But yeah, end of the day, the beta is absolutely amazing. I love it, and I love the community at the moment. Everyone helps each other, and there's a few trolls, but you can't expect anything to be perfect. But the community is the most helpful I've ever seen of any community I've ever played with so far. On the forums, I have such a laugh with people. Even the CEOs, the devs, everyone keeps joining up on the forums. They have a laugh with each other, and yeah, it just seems like a good little place to be at the moment, and I'm glad to be part of it.
So am I. More so because, well, I'm in the beta. No.
But yeah, it's a good game, and like I said, I can't wait for it to come out, but I don't want it rushed. I want it to be really good, and as it being a free-to-play game, it needs to be really good because it needs to make money. And like I said in the last little video, we tried to make that went wrong, but it needs to be good because other games you pay £40 to buy, and if they're rubbish, you've still paid £40 to buy them. That money's still in the developer's pocket. It's you know, it's gone. It's gone from your account to theirs. No matter what you think of the game, it's gone. With a free-to-play game, it's a lot different because they're banking on you to enjoy it, to pay. So it needs to be really good, and I don't want them to rush anything because it is a good concept of a game, and the last thing you want to do is see a good concept go downhill.
But speaking of that, a lot of games, a lot of the MMOs are free to play. Well, not the big ones like World of Warcraft, but they're sticking with what they know. But a lot of the MMOs coming out now are free to play, and they are doing quite well. You know, they're not going away, they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
But
they've got a loyal fan base.
the majority of the MMOs though are adapting to a business concept.
Yeah.
Ion, I loved how it looked, how it played initially, but I didn't like the game one bit. Whereas now it's free to play, I still wouldn't go back. Whereas Firefall are adapting for this market. Well, they're not adapting, they're creating for it. So they need to cater everything they make around some part of how can they make money from it. And like the whole crafting system, you need a lot of minerals and resources and stuff. And from the beta so far, it takes forever to get them, which is their incentive to put in, like, say, like a boost to how much percentage you get back from, like, say, a thumper run, like a personal percentage, and you pay for the package. But they need like a model, because if no one buys anything through this game, it's gonna end up shutting down pretty damn soon. Whereas Aeon and stuff, they're trying to adapt, but I still wouldn't go back because it's free.
Well, one game that did go from a subscription to free to play was DC Online, and that actually has more players now that it's free to play and earns more money than it did when it was subscription based.
Yeah, well, that's they've adapted well. The people, from what we spoke about, was you had like the old subscribers had some kind of benefit, didn't they? The people who had paid beforehand and then it had gone free to play. Was it you could make guilds?
There's more advantages because I took out the lifetime subscription, which was about £100 for DC Universe, and I get a legendary character, I think it is, which I can create guilds, I have more character slots, I get all the expansions for free. So to me that was still worth it, but to a new player that's coming into a free-to-play game, that might not be so much worth it to him. He might only want 1 or 2 expansions, so it's not worth paying all that money just for, you know, what he thinks he's getting.
Yeah, it's a weird market, and it's like it's a new business model, this whole free-to-play, and everyone's still tinkering with it. Like you see League of Legends and Dota, Guild Wars 2. Do they have are they having microtransactions? Do you know?
I think so. I don't quote me on this because I'm not completely sure, but I think you buy the game and then you can buy other items. It's not pay to win. By all means, it's not pay to win, but you can buy other items. But again, don't quote me on that because I could be completely wrong, and I most likely am.
Yeah, this free-to-play model's been thrown around a lot differently. Like we saw League of Legends and Dota, they've come up with the strategy of putting it out for free, and then you do it by microtransactions. Guild Wars 2, you pay free subscriptions and you pay for little bits and bits in the game. Like I don't mind paying for games. Like I would gladly pay money for Firefall and not pay a subscription, say if there was a if it was planned a subscription, like kind of the Guild Wars thing, because at the end of the day it's a game I really enjoy, and you've got to support your developers because people moan when they don't get expansions and they don't get these new contents, but when they're not supporting the developers, how can they expect it to come?
Yeah. Well, like you say, I think even the little content we've got at the moment, because it is a new beta, you know, there isn't going to start off with 3,000 missions and plenty, but I do think there's plenty enough to do now, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, there's enough to do to keep you going, but it's like we're treating it as a new game. Like, you've got bored of this and now you want to get onto the next thing, but there is no next thing yet because it's a beta, and this is my first proper beta test, so I'm like, I want someone else to do when I know the theory what I should be abiding to, but I'm just wanting more content because I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, obviously it is a beta, so we are the guinea pigs and we're testing it out, but it doesn't stop it from being an enjoyable game too.
It's amazing. I really love it, but like I said, I'd like if not a pay to win kind of concept, but there was, you could say, pay X amount for
maybe vanity items and such.
No, I'm talking about the Guild Wars model here. Paying some money for the game, but getting some kind of, when I say advantage, I mean something out of it, and then having it microtransactioned. Say, I don't know, you get some special skins for being someone who pre-ordered the game but paid for the game, if you get me. Just some little incentive for people to actually pay some money, because you've got to think all this what has been spent on development, they're not going to get back instantly. It's like,
oh no, it's going to be trial and error for the stuff they put out as well.
With Black Ops now, is it triple the amount that Black Ops 2 did? No, not Black Ops 1 did. The pre-orders I'm sure it's something either double or triple the amount of pre-orders been put down already, and you can see there as soon as is it Ubisoft or Treyarch who do it now? Not Ubisoft, it's Treyarch. They'll be looking at them figures going, well, as soon as that game comes out, we've got X amount of money coming in. Whereas Firefall have got, we release this game, we might have nothing coming in.
Yeah. And not to jump on the Call of Duty hate bandwagon, because I'm not, but I think that obviously the Call of Duty, it's a very popular game, people want to play this, so there are going to be a lot of pre-orders going down on it. Whereas this is a new game, it might not be so heard of, but I've heard people like the Rooster Teeth crew talking about this game, and they're really excited to get on it, so it's got to be doing something right.
It's appealing to a mass audience at the moment, but the problem is appealing to a mass audience when it's not quite ready yet is people are expecting it to be ready. So we have people in the forums going, why is this not right, why is this not, the gameplay doesn't look as good as this X game or Y game, and it's like,
yeah, they're treating it like it is a finished product where they shouldn't, it should be treated as if
it's work in progress,
or as if it's crap, really.
But
which
that's what people are doing, because because of the packs was a huge success with them, and like basically everything they've done right, and they've just got a huge audience who want to play the game now. But there's people who come and view this game, and they're expecting this magnificent, brilliant game that's got millions of missions, a huge entire world and everything as soon as they come, because they hear that good things about it, and they come, and then you think it's alright, it's got thumper missions, a couple of local content and a PvP, and that's it. And what is it, 3 quests?
Yeah.
So then they must be getting put off, because they're thinking, well, this isn't the game that I thought it was at first. So having this popularity is good and bad at the same time. Like, we all know it's a beta and we treat it like such, but the people who, well, I wouldn't say a term, but it probably won't end up in the best context, but not as mature,
well, not as mature. They might just never have done a beta before, so they don't know what to expect.
No, but I mean, like, say that when the Yogcast, they've got a young following, and when they started playing Firefall, a massive tide of players came over to the forums, and
Yeah.
with younger audiences, they expect it to be right, and because they've just heard of a game, they don't know about all this stuff. Captain Fancy's just whispered me saying, "What it do? You want a thumb?" That sounds a bit kinky in my book. But yeah, it's just one of them. It's too early to have as much publicity as it has now, because people are expecting some stupidly good game from the reviews and previews and all that kind of stuff. Everyone, all critics are raving on about it, and people come over here going, "Oh well, I've just heard about this amazing game," and then they come and it's not amazing,
Well, it is amazing. It's
No,
just
But
there's not a lot of
you know what I
content.
mean about it. Like, it's not amazing because there's not much to do. People expect it to be a fully finished kind of thing right now. I'm gonna try and revive you now. Get ready.
You know what they say? Oh, right. Yeah, cool. I'm back up. But you know what they say? No publicity. I'm
No
gonna say
publicity
that
is
again.
bad publicity.
No publicity is bad publicity. You say
I
it.
want to listen to you try and say it.
No publicity is bad publicity.
There we go.
Boom.
But yeah, we've got enough of this beta for now, because everyone knows what we're trying to get at, and we can rant and rave about what we want to say for a long time, because we've spent 2 matches talking about the beta and how it's going, and yeah, it is a really good game, and in my eyes it's going to be one of the best sellers. Well, not best sellers because it's not selling, but one of the best.
It'll have a
One of the
large
best
fan
games
base.
going it'll be, if everything turns out how we expect it to, then yeah. The next topic I want to talk about is the Tera Online that came out, was it 2 days ago now? Is it, well, it'll be 3 days when this cast
May
goes
the
out,
3rd.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I have just bought it. I'm downloading it. Well, I'm gonna download it when I go to bed, so that could take about 3 weeks.
What, with your connection that you've got to wind? Do you have to sleep while pedaling to charge your internet connection up?
Oh no, when we're asleep, we attach a gerbil wheel, Well, we can't have that all the time, because that's animal cruelty.
With the gerbil. You will get me my beta
Well, we just
tonight.
put the cat. We just put the cat behind it in a glass box, so it feels like it's running away from. And again, that's animal cruelty
Is that
to
like
the cat
a
as well.
donkey and a carrot and a string kind of notion?
Kind of, only the carrot wants to eat the donkey in this example.
Yeah, I put a video up this afternoon of the Tera beta, playing as a berserker class as a high elf, and god, it's good. I've heard some reports that it's kind of grindy for the first few levels, but it's an MMO, what do you expect? It's going to be grindy. But the combat system is hell unique to an MMO that I've played anyway.
Well, it looks very similar to again, going back to the DC Online kind of combat, that you're constantly clicking, but it's not just queuing up your moves, you're also, you've got to put your combos in there and really think about what you're doing.
As a berserker class, you have a choice of AoE kind of moves, or single target, and one is there's a single target damage and there's a single target heal. You heal yourself off damage done, effectively, and
yeah,
you've got to choose which one to use at the right time. There's no point using an AoE because it does less damage per person than, say, a single target damage roll. So you've got to try and just choose it, but it's not like on World of Warcraft where you have a set rotation that you've got to just hammer out tediously, going out 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh look, something's happened. I'll press 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that kind of stuff. It's really unique, and I love the dodge function where you've got to actually physically move from the attack that's coming to dodge it, and I'm looking forward to trying to tank on that game, because that'll be just so much fun if you actually have to physically dodge the attacks instead of just standing there with a shield going, look at me, I'm hard.
Well, we all know you're
give
not
me a
hard,
shield,
so...
and I am. I can hide behind it all day. But yeah, I think that's a really good mechanic. Actually, you have to have more awareness on your positioning, where the attacker's coming from, and when there's a few of them, it's a lot harder. You've just constantly got to pay attention. Whereas, say in World of Warcraft, it is just, you know, gear, and if you've got gear, it's better and all that, which is all fair enough when you work for your gear. But it gets to a point where you just have too much gear for what you're trying to do, and you can just stand there and you can sit through mechanics that you used to have to dodge just because, you know, the healers can heal you through it and stuff like that. Whereas you've got to just actually actively move on this one, which I think... Oh, go on.
And this sounds a lot like we're hating on World of Warcraft. We're not. We play World of Warcraft, or we used to play World of Warcraft, you know, we enjoyed it, but it's just, we're looking for MMOs now that are trying new things, you know, they're trying to expand on what's currently happening.
World of Warcraft because when I first started in Burning Crusade, and I played with Rob, as you know, and we both went, and God, it was hard. And I played a different type of tank when I got to my level 80, and I was an avoidance tank, so all my gear was, you know, dodge this, or avoidance that, parry that, so I never got hit by the full amount. But back then, all the tanks used to just stack stupid amounts of health so they could just keep getting healed up constantly. So say you've got 50k health and you take a 40k hit, you've still got 10k and you get healed back to 50k instantly by the healer. Whereas with me, that 40k hit would hit me for 12k, and I only had like 30k health at the end, like max health. But when you're getting hit for 12k, quite a lot. It doesn't make a difference because you're not getting hit for max. So people was like, oh yeah, you've not got enough health, and it's like, yeah, well, my avoidance is. But then it just got to a point where they dumbed everything down to stop people thinking, because I spent loads of time with my head in a spreadsheet figuring out this thing, like, you know, figuring out the avoidance cap and what I needed to get. Whereas now you can just do everything because they bring a raid out and it's hard, and you know, you're spending money on a game that you enjoy and you don't want to finish it in like 2 days. So all the raids are stupidly hard, but then they got the people who weren't good at the game complaining, going, oh well, this content we can't do because we're not as good as them. Well, it's practice, you know. If you can't do it first time, you try again, and then it's just got to a point where everything's easy.
We have double damage.
Or you take the Rob route and you give up.
Oh, but that's why I eventually gave up, because it got boring because of the fact it wasn't challenging. And they shot themselves in the foot by trying to cater to everyone, but they couldn't cater to everyone because everyone's different. They catered to separate groups by saying, oh yeah, the people who find it too hard will make it too easy, but the people who enjoy the challenge didn't have a challenge. So they were just trying to cater for everyone when they couldn't.
Let's move on because all this hate's bringing me down.
Right.
Well, we lost, so...
Look at the scoreboard. I got a kill. Yeah.
I got 2 kills. Yes. I'm doing so bad compared to this video that messed up.
What messed up was really good because we sent down a ton of ownage on top of four boss. In the sabotage match, we didn't even get the A armed, and we armed all 3. And yeah, it was really fun. It was a good match. I enjoyed it, but yeah, it didn't work out because of the recording. But it was our first recording, so well, we'd say this is our first recording because you're going to see this one. But the one before it was our first recording, so the settings weren't kind of in the right order, so it didn't work out. So, but yeah, our next thing we want to talk about is stuff we're looking forward to this year. We'll do this quick because we'll probably have another match, and I want to call it because it's going to be a nightmare to upload, and people don't want to watch us rambling on about nothing for about 6 hours, because I hate listening to myself for 6 hours, never mind someone else.
I was going to say, speak for yourself. I'd love to listen to myself talk for 6 hours.
But yeah, the games this year or have been announced this year that you're really looking forward to.
Dota 2 in the beta, loving it. Can't wait for it to be fully released and have all the content thrown into it.
I've really been liking the Dota. I need to reinstall it in play since my computer, I need to reset. But yeah, it was really fun. I think it's got the edge in League of Legends. As long as it tries to jiggle the League of Legends fan base a bit, because people are stuck in the mindset of going League of Legends. But if people branch out and look at Dota, I think it's a lot more skillful, because you don't have to depend on your summoner abilities like you do on League of Legends.
Well, to be fair, I think that although they're both MOBAs or ARTSs or whatever you want to call them, they're completely different games. I mean, I enjoy them both. I still enjoy playing on League of Legends with my brother and some friends from time to time, but I think I've put about 50 hours into League of Legends since that came out, and I've put 300 into Dota 2 since Christmas.
League of Legends isn't a brilliant game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I just prefer Dota 2. I think the mechanics are a hell of a lot better. The fact that the turrets behave differently is a big thing for me. That you can turret dive, because the turrets don't instantly just kick your ass as soon as you hit someone, because it is a tower defense game, not a hero defense game. So why should the turrets defend you when the aim of the game is to defend the turrets?
I know what you mean. Yeah, and that's one of the aspects I enjoy. I enjoy the fact that there's couriers. You know, you can. You don't have to be running back and calling back for your items all the time and back and forth and back and forth. But it's a lot harder too, because you die, you lose gold. You know,
that's a major point.
Stuff like you don't have to have these masteries. You know, you don't have to set up which is good because it adds RPG to the game, to League of Legends. But I don't want it all the time, because people that are level 30 and I'm level 15, they have a bigger advantage over me, and it's not fun grinding up all the way to that.
The level advantage is a big thing, unless you're all the same level. I've been playing with people and the level for the rank, level 30, I'm on level 20 or something, and because I'm with them, I'll get put at the level range. So I just get absolutely bad, because 5% damage or whatever it is the end masteries are at is a big increase.
Oh yeah, 5%. When you're doing thousands
especially
of,
early game, it
I mean
makes that
hundreds,
difference
because
between when you come against each other in the lane, who's going to win? The person with the 5% damage.
Yeah. What I also enjoy is the draft pick that Dota 2 does. It's not just, when you're playing a normal game, you don't come up against the same team that your team has picked. It's all different heroes, because you can't pick the same hero twice.
Yeah, which is, I think, it's good, because League of Legends Teemo versus Teemo battles, when you're both crouched invisible waiting for someone to do something, is a bit of a pain. But I really cannot wait for Dota 2 to come out. Has it got a release date?
No, but from what I hear, they're getting close to released all the heroes.
That's a good point.
Nope.
The next game I want to go to is the Elder Scrolls MMO that was just announced.
Oh, really looking forward to it. Depending on how they do it, I'm really looking forward to that. Because I want an Elder Scrolls game online. Not obviously they're gonna have to change the way people armor up and stuff like that. But I mean, the character creation and the way you build your skills. You can put your points in anything really. That's what I want.
Yeah, if they make
that's
it
how
just
I want
like
it
the
to
games,
be.
it'd be absolutely brilliant. They've just got to try and cater for the MMO style. Because if you think like in the crafting in Skyrim, you've got to put points in blacksmithing. People will end up with multiple characters with like one with max blacksmithing, every point in blacksmithing, and it'll be a weird concept to have because you won't be able to sit with one character that can craft something perfect and do good damage because you have to sacrifice. On the single player game, it's fair enough, but I'm assuming they'll end up having like dungeons and stuff with it being an MMO, and you can't do as much damage as you can when you've got half your points in blacksmithing.
Double damage enhancement available.
Yeah, I'd also like to see, because the PvP, I'd like to see race versus race, race versus race, or city versus city, stuff like that. That you can. It's not just it's an open-ended game, but you start off in a specific city and you've got to defend that city. There might be large groups of other people that will come and try and raid and take it off you and stuff like that. But that's just me throwing out ideas that probably never will come out.
Like you said, it'll be a good game depending on how it's done. So we can only hope that it's done well. 2 new games that are upcoming in this month, I think they both are released, which is Guild Wars 2 and Diablo 2. Diablo 3.
Diablo 3.
My bad.
Honestly, not looking forward to Diablo 3 because I'm looking forward to Torchlight 2
the beta's
much more.
Torchlight 2. I was trying to get access to it, but it's only press only, so which is depressing. I was looking forward to Diablo 3, but the talk about the real money auction house has put me off big style. The fact that Blizzard are just blatantly ripping off people.
Oh yeah, stuff like that. But I think as well the way the characters are built, it's so, and I don't want to use this word lightly, but it's so casual now. It's not just you have certain set skills that you can go into, and it's just that's not what Diablo 2 and 1 was. You could build your character how you wanted it.
Because it's branching out in the MMO, they've got to try and put certain restrictions, just because you can't have infinite customization on an MMO because you have too many possibilities for it to go around.
Well, it's not really an MMO.
Yeah,
it's like a dungeon
catering
crawler
more
kind
for
of thing.
MMO
But
in this new one now, it's branching that way. The fact about the auction house has really annoyed me, that they've turned around to say, right, okay, they've got real money auction house, you can sell items for real money and people can buy them for real money, which you do buy. Like, people want to spend money on a game, and people used to do it behind the scenes, like buying gold and all that, and now they've got the chance to do it legitimately. Now, to make money through it, you'd think, right, okay, well, I get a super rare item, I can sell it. I think the maximum limit's $250, so we'll use that as an example. Right, I can make $250 off this item. Think, yeah, brilliant. I can do that. That's $250 that's going into my account. So, right, okay, you sell it. Right, Blizzard take $37.50 off it. So you think, oh, well, that's what, 212 now. That's still a decent money. But then, it's put on your Battle.net account to use to buy in-game stuff or buy your subscriptions. So then you think, well, how do I actually make this real life money then? Okay, well, do I transfer it to my PayPal account? Okay, PayPal take 15% of it. So out of your $250, you've lost $75. And Blizzard take a generic, $1 cut out of everything. Even if you sell something for $1, Blizzard take $1, so you don't make any money off it.
And obviously your bank's going to be taking some because of tax, depending on where you live anyway. Money coming in, that's going to be taxed. So
it works
you
out that
really are losing a lot.
$76 on every $250 sale, which is a lot of money, seeing as you're paying for the game. And Diablo isn't a subscription, but you're still paying for the game. and majority of people have done it through the annual pass, so they're paying money every single month to get money took off them, which I think is a really, really snide thing to do by Blizzard. Okay, they'll be making money, and having, say, 5% Blizzard, or 10% Blizzard, 5% PayPal, 15%, that's your $37 gone. You're still making over $200 off a max transaction, which is a good amount of money. But it's going to deter people, and it's going to end up, there's still going to be ways of everyone doing it behind Blizzard's back, like the gold was. It's going to be done.
Another thing that bugs me, obviously, they have to do this because of this new trading account, you know, so no one can really hack and modify the game, but the fact that the game has to be always connected to the internet.
The old Diablos, you could play offline, couldn't you?
Yeah. And there was a great quote from, I think it was one of the developers, saying that, yeah, sometimes I might want to play Diablo 3 on a plane, but there's other games for that.
Try to promote your own game by advertising other games to play.
Yeah, by saying that it's obviously a disadvantage and go do something else with your time if you're not happy with it.
It's a poor mechanic how they're going to do it, and that's what's put me off Diablo, is the fact this real life auction house. Right, we'll go on to Guild Wars, as we've got 3 minutes left of this cast. I've not played any of the open betas, and neither of you, but from what I've heard, Guild Wars is amazing. And is the localised town for yourself still active in the end game?
I'm not terribly sure. All I know is that I have the game, or I have the code now, and I'm looking forward to getting to my first beta weekend.
Well, from what I first was reading on Guild Wars was, you have your own little town, which is like instanced to just you, and decisions you make outside in the PvE world, the MMO world, affect your little town. So, say you have a choice. Well,
that would be really good. I'd really enjoy that.
I wanted to see if it is still going, because say you have a quest and you either can save the burning orphanage or we'll say for example the burning inn. So say you save the inn because you like your beer like me. You save the inn, and then in your local town there's loads of orphans knocking about because they don't have a home. And then you have like say new innkeeper because you just saved him.
Yeah.
It's meant to make
it sounds like a good idea.
Reflections on your little town of the choices you make in the game, and I think that's a really, really good thing. Like, I'd love for it to go to a village, and you can only rescue X amount of like people before the village sets on fire completely. So say you save the blacksmith, and we'll say the baker, and the innkeeper. Yeah, the candlestick maker will go in.
And the candlestick maker.
So then your town now gains a blacksmith, a baker, and a candlestick maker.
I'm not sure how that's I'm having a shocker.
How that's what. Oh, I'm not talking nursery
how
rhymes.
The nursery rhyme goes, but
I don't care about nursery rhymes. But you see how that would be good, because then you can now have someone craft armour in your little town, repair your armour, and everyone's will end up unique from the individual choices we make, and it's your little home, and you have to bring peace to it through whatever war is going on in the Guild Wars story.
I'd thoroughly enjoy that, I think. I'm also looking to this world versus world versus world, or realm versus realm versus realm, you know, whatever you want to call it. Just because I love the idea of castle invasion and castle warfare.
I can't wait for something like that. But I just can't wait for Guild Wars. I'm not going to get Diablo. I think my time will end up going into Firefall when it's released, other than Diablo now, because I'd rather not give my money to Blizzard that I've given money monthly to for the past, 3-4 years, and now they still want more money from me. So even when I'm making money, they still want money off that. So it's just got to like
Yeah.
the last straw with them.
Double damage enhancement available.
But huh?
Oh no, I'm out of
Oh
ammo.
no, so we don't want that, do we?
Said I'm out of ammo.
But yeah, we've covered every topic that I had in mind for this cast. The only other thing left to say is about you're going to be streaming on Twitch, aren't you?
I want to set up something on Twitch, yeah, so, you know, we can get some live Firefall out, you know, maybe get some people watching that. And I'll probably get it sorted out. I still have university, I have my last test on Tuesday, but I'll try and get something sorted out. If you want to keep up to date, you can follow me on Twitter at Robnroll, which is ROBNROL. And I'll be just the one L. Unfortunately, Robnroll with two L's was taken.
I will put a link in the description of this, by the way, and I will put a link into the Twitch as soon as that's up. I'm going to say we're done because it's a long cast, but yeah, unless you've got anything else to say.
Like to mention, I did watch the Crisis 3 trailer, which was recommended to me.
In the last failed cast, we had a little we had a conversation about Crisis 3 and the fact that Robnroll, being the nub that he is, has not seen the trailer for the third one.
All played the first and second game.
In the community. But what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was going to look good, or?
I really enjoyed the trailer, yeah. If it can live up to the hype, then bring it on. I'm probably going to get through the first 2 games when I've got nothing else to do and I'm looking for a job. So,
yeah, I think the graphics
I've got a backlog to work through.
World with the new one, because as I was talking about in the last one that none of you've heard, they make a new engine for every game they make, well, every Crisis make. It's a new Crytek engine. My computer.
Too bad your computer won't be able to play it.
At the disc and set on fire.
Yeah.
It won't even be able to load the disc. But yeah, that's all from this cast. So if you like it, got any comments for future casts, because I'm going to try and make this a weekly event with a few more people. If you've got anything you want to see, anything you want to hear, any news that you want to be spoken about, just leave it in a comment. If you like it, subscribe, and just let us know how we're doing, because we're still a new channel and we're still trying to improve. So thanks for watching, and bye Robbie.
Bye bye. Bye.